Hello and welcome to more nerdy rodent geekery. Today I'm playing with stinger transitions in OBS once again because when you change scene in OBS, you may want something a bit more nerdy than just a fade. While you might have already seen my previous video on how to make stinger transitions using only free software, this update has a few extra tips and tricks, including a graphical user interface for ffmpeg, as I know some of you may not like using ffmpeg on the command line. Aww. That video also has some basic information about stinger transitions that I won't go through again here, so if you want to go and watch it, yep, click on that little thing up there. For this video, I'm going to show some slightly more advanced things. I'll cover two ways to get yourself some great looking stinger transitions. The first way is to just download and convert a free transition that you'd maybe use when filmmaking, and convert that into a stinger transition for use in OBS. After that, I'll guide you through how to make one for yourself from scratch, again using only free software, and this time I'll add in some audio for a little bit of extra fun. After that, I'll show you how to make a custom one for yourself, using only free software of course. I'll even add some audio in there for a little bit of extra fun. As a great example of a site that has some top quality transitions available, take a look at productioncrate.com, the link is in the description. While the majority of the stuff on the site is for paying customers only, they do typically have a few free offerings in each category for you to use. You can download up to 5 a day, so while it may take a couple of days to download everything you need, I think it's well worth it. And hey, if you find everything really useful, you can always upgrade. To download anything, you'll need to create yourself a free account, and while you're doing that, you may shudder slightly when you look at the preferred HD VFX download format. I just stuck with the default of MOV PNG codec, and that seemed to work just fine in HitFilm once I'd installed the QuickTime player. Yes, I know, I'm using Windows. Anyway, as you can see, there is a lot on this site, but if I search for matte transition, I should get some footage crate results, along with how many there are that are free. And there they are. Okay, so we've got 10 free. You can hover over them to get a quick preview. Yeah, that one looks cool. Note that the ones with little yellow stars need you to get that Pro upgrade, but all the other ones are free. You'll probably be able to find a number of other sites with similar transitions too, and this method should work for any of those matte transitions as well. Download a couple that look good to you, and when you're happy, head over to HitFilm. If you don't already have HitFilm installed, then you can download and install HitFilm Express for free. Yes, everything's free. It's yours to keep and use forever. No trial period, no, nothing like that. Yep, it's a good deal. Again, the link is in the description. So, the first thing to do is to create your new project and then import your download. I'll then make composite shot and click the match timeline button. This also alters the time, so I'll set that back to its original length. The first thing to do is set the scale from the transition option down to 50%, as the original I downloaded in 4K. Great! I'll also make sure to set options checkerboard background, so I can see the transparent sections more easily. Let's have a quick run through. Ta-da! Some rising bars. But this isn't a stinger transition yet. We need to reverse it as well. A quick and easy way to do this is to use the temporal effects. I'll just drag the speed effect on and set it to 2. Now I duplicate that and add the time reverse effect. I'll also rename this in and this one out, just for reasons. Awesome! Let's have a quick look at that. Great! It starts transparent, fills the screen in the middle, and ends transparent again. Job almost done. So we need to keep that alpha channel, so export as MOV with alpha channel. There it is as a preset. RGB 12-bit with alpha, sweet. while you can use it straight away like this, you'll soon find that the disk space required once you start making a few of these will get a little bit overwhelming. So what I like to do is run this file through ffmpeg. This time I'm using Axiom. Yes, the link is in the description and it's free. Once you've got that downloaded and installed, you've got a GUI for ffmpeg. If you prefer the command line, then just see my previous video. Select your input and output video, making sure to set the output file extension to .webm. Under the Video tab, change VP8 to VP9. And, if like me you've got an NVIDIA card, enable the NVENC hardware acceleration. Set pixel format to Auto and press Convert. We'll just let that run for a second. And there we go, we've got our new transition down to a few hundred K and ready to use in OBS. Fantastic! So, now I'll show you how to make one of these for yourself, along with adding audio for a little extra zing. I'm going to keep the same project in HitFilm and just make a new 2-second composite shot. I'll make something a bit like the bars, but with, let's use circles instead, yeah. Okay. So again, I'll set the checkerboard background. So I'll add a new plane. Orangey is a good colour, so I'll stick with that for now. I'll then add a quick sphere effect, along with a drop shadow. The transition I downloaded earlier had a sort of nice fade in and fade out, so let's copy that idea too. If I set the opacity to 100% back in the middle, and then 0% at the start, and 0% at the end, I'll get a nice fade that looks like this. Great! Now to duplicate this layer a few times and stagger the radius. If I set the bottom one to 1000, and then drop the radius 200 each time, and we're done. Let's take a quick look at that from the beginning in a RAM preview. Yeah, that's got the basics. Obviously you could add your avatar or channel logo in the middle, whatever you fancy to make it your own. We also need some sound effects too. Free ones of course, so yeah, YouTube has a number of sound effects, but I've got some from the Open Game Art website. These are released with a CC0 license, so they're free to use. Again, the link is in the description. Let's try one of these samples I downloaded from a set of effects, just to show how all this works. And SFX, a laser, yeah, and the number 6. Okay, let's pick laser 6, yeah, pop that in and give it a quick play. Okay, so it isn't amazing, but you get the idea. Now, export this again as a MOV with alpha, back into Axiom to convert it, and there you go. This time, when you're adding your transition into OBS, you'll also need to set the audio monitoring, and perhaps the audio fade style as well. Boing! And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe now you'll have the urge to make one of your own. Let me know in the comments section if you make any good ones, or if you have any questions. Ta-ta for now!